Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Ultima Underworld 2. When last we left off, my memory was deceiving me. There was no green zone that we could get to. This is, in fact, I think the last zone that we can do, because we've done the red, the yellow, we've done the blue as well. There's not really much. Ooh, this area has. Okay, this is a. This most certainly is a. Whoa, this area has zero friction here. We need to actually run. Will this let us run all the way up? Or do we have to get all the way to the top first and then move all the way up to the bottom? That is a question that I will have to. So if I go this way. Oh, this is gonna make us fall this way. Okay, fair enough. Now, we need to head to one of these bulls. Oh, hello. Is that an enemy? That is a peaceful goblin. Fair enough. What we need to do... Ooh, there's some arrows here. Is it pointing towards this one for a particular reason? Let's find out. Let's go this way, shall we? There we go. Well, that certainly got us somewhere. Let's just let this take us along, I think. That was not the nicest door we could go through, but this area is certainly very familiar to people who have played Ultima Underworld 1. For this area we accessed through basically a gate in the shape of the Guardian's face is basically meant to represent one of the areas from Ultima Underworld 1. And you can see here is an enemy. This enemy is a stick man. We shall fight this stick man, who fortunately can also be affected by the sword of Stone Strike here. Hello! You are from another game and another time. I shall best thee. This may have been a long time since Shana was last in a dungeon like this, back when she was the stranger instead of the avatar. But I'm pretty sure we can find our way through. Let's just stick our hand to one of the walls and move on. Well, I've picked the left one for no particular reason, so we'll just basically keep our hand to this wall and see where it takes us. Also, it's not great that we went through a door whose face was the shape of the Guardian. It's so far not a very dangerous dungeon, but then again it is just full of stickmen. We could get lost in here. Or we could just find the exit immediately. After finding a stickman. After finding 3 stickmen. Aha! We shall best thee. There we go. Marvellous. So at what point do I fly in space to become a space ace? No? No, I don't think we're going to get that luck, are we? Right, let's head out here. And through. Ah, I believe this has took us to this area. Which is the 4th of these areas. The 4th, and I do believe the final. I want to be careful here and jump to that one. There we go. A little carefully jump to this one. And this one. There we go, we want to grab each and every one of these. Hopefully, eventually, we're going to be able to, there we go. We're going to be able to open up the way to the Shrine of Spirituality. That's basically the goal we're working towards here. There we go, just land on each of these. Excellent. I think we landed on all of them. We should have done so, and all we need to do now is, jump on this one, and there we go. They've all turned purple, which is great, because now we can go over to this area. And I'm presuming at this point that we're not going to find any kind of reward whatsoever. Also, we totally missed fighting all the demons. Maybe only one of those hints that Blog gave us was right. Ah! There's a vase here. There's a couple of vases here. There's amethyst rods and strange artifacts. We really don't want any of these. In fact, we just kind of want to leave. However... Oh, did we actually go through that? We did not. There we go. Now that we have opened up all of those portal areas, there is this new portal open to us, this orange moon gate. This orange moon gate is what is going to get us, I do believe, into the shrine. But before we use that, we're going to rest. Because we're going to need all the magic available to us, I do believe. We are nearly done with what we currently need to do in the Ethereal Void. We're going to be back here. Oh, we're going to be back here. So this brings us to... where does it bring us to? Ah, it brings us to this. Okay. So what we want to do now is you want to turn all of these orange. Which is easy enough. We have literally just done this puzzle. Which is... okay. And then I think it'll open up a new portal up there, which we will then use to head to the shrine. At least that's the hope. Although knowing our luck, there's going to be tons of demons that we have to fight, although at this point, demons really aren't that much of a problem. We are pretty powerful. The brain creatures were an issue. They were certainly an issue. Nothing else currently has been. So with this one, and this one, there we go. They've all turned orange. We don't want to go into the, that moon gate. We want to go into this one. Up here. And we want to, of course, have a look here too. There we go. We want to save before we head through this one. Because I might get this wrong, and if memory serves, this is a tricky puzzle in a sense. Okay, we are here right now. We can't currently actually get into the shrine as it is. Because the shrine is currently blocked off. Well, sort of blocked off. There is a peaceful imp, which makes a refreshing change compared to all the other imps we have found. What we want to do is we want to use fly. But we actually also want a different spell prepared too, once we've actually used fly. We want to have fly cast, then we want to prepare this spell that we have not used yet. It is this rune, and this rune? No, I got that wrong there. It was, let's have a look. And by got that wrong, I mean I accidentally clicked away. There we go. Let's fly up. What we want to do is we want to get to the bars here. We can't actually currently get in. Can if we do this. There is no suitable space. Ah, that's an issue. We kinda wanted to get in there, didn't we? We might want to go back down and rest. Because basically the plan is that we portal our way through. We want to portal our way through. Hello, I. You watch over me while I sleep. It's kind of important that we get into this area. This area is pretty much the whole reason that we were trying to get here. Right, let's try this again. Let's try this again. I'm pretty sure this is how you get in. This is... I never actually got to this point using a non-caster, so I don't actually know how a non-caster would get through there. It just seems like you can't. Let's fly again. And let's prepare that portal spell again. Because I don't know otherwise how you're meant to get in there. Do you walk right up to the bars? Like this? You can't fly over. And that's kind of the problem. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how you portal through. Like this? There is no suitable space. How do you get through then? There's this area here. Where does this area take you to? Unless it's here you're meant to go. That should pretty much just take us out, shouldn't it? I mean, that is the shrine right there. Gotta figure out how this works. This is probably going to be something very simple that I just have not yet worked out. I have time enough to work it out, but at the moment I've just actually got to basically got to find the solution. And in fact, if you give me a moment, I will figure this out, because otherwise it's gonna be a bit tricky. So, besides, the fly spells run out, so I shall be back in one moment. And we are back, folks. Apology for the interruption. I figured it out pretty much as soon as I did a different test, the first alternate way of getting in I thought of, and that is the fact that that we were too close to the bars when we were using the portal spell. And that pretty much is the solution. We were too close to the bars. So if we fly up here, and then we're not too close to the bars when we use our portal spell, it takes us straight in. I actually thought of an alternate solution as well, and that alternate solution being, remember when we used the plant and went to sleep? And basically that brought us here? Couldn't we have then grabbed the gem and thrown it out the bars? That could have potentially actually meant that if you didn't have magic, you'd be able to get out of here. So, we can't currently teleport out. We don't have enough magic to cast that, and we're also very, very hungry, because I rested twice to get the ability to get enough magic to do the combined spells. So let's make some food. We're going to need to make a fair amount of food. I don't think we need the fly spell anymore. We may need it to get out. I did believe see an entrance of blackrock out there that we could use to get out. I don't know if that actually is a way to get out. Also, we are stuffed, so let's rest and then basically go and sort what we need to sort. I believe a portal spell should now get us out. Okay, let's do that. It's the first time I've been using those spells. Also, we have moonstones. I have not used them once. That potentially could have been a solution as well, using a moonstone. That would have certainly got us out. I suppose dying in here would have also got us out. And that brings us to here. Excellent. Nice to know that that works. Also, really should have thought about it like that it would work like that. What does this do? I don't know. Does it take us anywhere in particular? No, it does not. Right, we're going to have to, I think, fly out of here, which is going to involve a little bit more resting just to get enough magic so that we can fly. Also, I keep using the rune bag instead of the sleep... Oh, sleep's interrupted here. Oh, ow! There's a brain creature there. That is really bad. That is really bad, because I don't think I can reach that. Where's the brain creature? I can't see it. That's not good. We need to rest really quickly and get out of here. The quicker we're out of here, the less we need to deal with brain creatures. Brain creatures are nasty. Let's just leave before the brain creature consumes all of our mana. Apologies for the sudden interruption there. We are back. Now we need to get out of here. And one thing we need to do before we get out of here is use Altara's scepter. We would not want to have to come all the way back here to actually have to do this again. And considering the Ethereal Void, hopefully, well, I imagine the game's programs that it's possible to actually get back here, but even so, we need to find our way out of here now, and we can't fly up there. Is it something to do with these? Let's have a look. Oh, apparently walking into the wall was what did it. So we're now here, which brings us back to here, which brings us basically over to this area. And there's an imp. We don't care about that imp. We're just going to head through here and out. And I think now, practically every single area has had, basically these lines of power severed. Also, we now need to put this on, because we've kind of lost that, didn't we? We lost the capability to see everywhere like we could in the Ethereal Void. We have to use a light source now. Also, do we have any skill points? Let's have a look. Let's have a look up. Okay, we have loads. I think it's safe to say we're probably going to reach maximum casting soon. Maximum casting would actually be pretty useful. Pretty useful indeed. Let's head out first. Let's most certainly head out. and over here. Excellent. And up here. We don't really need to hold on to anything else in particular. Also, the food situation is so-so at best. Let's actually check in with the residents of the castle here. Starting, of course, with the person we always check up on, and that is, where is she? She'll be in here somewhere, I presume. Or maybe not. Maybe not. No? She's normally around somewhere. Oh, there she is. Just didn't notice. Hello! Good to see thee again, Shana. You recount for Miranda your latest experiences. There is... I think we pretty much cut all the power lines everywhere. So, we must now say that we're going to go. There are a few things that we need to do. Is there any updates in the castle? I'm not sure there is. We'll want to talk to Nistel, certainly. Nistel is pretty essential here. Let's go and talk to Nistel. He's in here. Hello. What brings thee to see me, Avatar? I have a gem for thee to treat. May I examine it? Yes, you may. Certainly. There, 'tis the last one. If there is nothing more, Shana, I must return to my work. There is more we must speak of. What wouldst thou talk about, then? Can you teach me more of the mystic arts? Of course, I always have time to teach thee. Let's increase our mana stores. A lot. Because we have the skill points. Until the game tells us we can't anymore. Yup. Any more? Yup. Any more? Your work with Nistel proves unproductive. I'm afraid that for the moment this is all you will be able to hold. There is more that we must talk about, though. Teach me more of the mystic arts and improve my casting skill. Just keep improving it until we get to the highest that it can possibly be. We most certainly want our casting skill improved. There we go, a little more. Despite Nistel's best efforts, you are unable to improve. Thou should perhaps take a break. Try thy hand at exploring for a while, and then perhaps we will try again. I think that's pretty much all we can get in those skills. Our mana stores are now 69, and I do believe that our stats are probably 30 in those. We also have 11 skill points. Oh yeah, they are substantial, those skills. What we need to do now is we need to go and find, where is he? There's Joffrey. Hello. We're going to improve our skills here. I would fain spar with thee. Definitely our fight skill. Yep, we are most certainly going to keep continuing here. Until pretty much there is nothing more we can do. Let's just keep training. Until eventually, it's going to say that we can train no more. Anything else? Let's actually stop for the moment and see how many more skill points we have, and if we need to balance them out a bit more. We probably still have a fair few more. We still have 6, and it's now 27, so if we get 3 in defense now, if we do 3 more in defense, seems like a good idea. There we go. Let's train in defense once, and again, and again, why not? There we go. Now we're going to see how many points we now have. We're pretty close to maximum on those, so 27 apiece. So we could actually make our attack fantastic, or our defense fantastic. And at the moment, we pretty much need to improve, we could actually just split the skills here. But we've always been one to hit more than defend against being hit. So we're going to train a little more in attack. The final 3 skill points here will go into attack. There we go. Excellent. There is, I don't think, any more that he could teach us when it comes to that, because it is at 30. And if we were to get 3 more skill points, we would pretty much be at the maximum. So, when we come back, folks, we're gonna go and put that gem back in the actual gem, the larger gem down in the Undercastle. We're gonna be visiting the Ethereal Plane at least once more. It's not quite over yet. We have one more thing we need to do. We also need to go back to the Pits of Carnage at one point, because now we have this scepter that Zoranthus was looking for, so that we can get the bottle that contains the Jinn, which should be able to use the Horn of Pregor Loth, which we should, in theory, be able to use to destroy the blackrock gem. Maybe. I think at this point the Guardian may be wanting to pay more attention to the fact that we're trying to get out. But who knows? Maybe the Guardian's not paying any attention. Who are we kidding? If the Guardian could sway Patterson, the Guardian is most certainly paying attention. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.